Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about what I believe could be one of my all-time favorite lenses. At least it's my absolute favorite lens for the FujiFilm system. And the surprising thing is that not a lot of people are talking about this lens. This lens, in fact, is so unique that I think it's worth a celebration here today. This is going to be a very unusual review because it's basically going to be me just sitting here and telling you how good this lens is. I'm probably very biased, but well, that doesn't matter because it's my opinion and I think it's an awesome lens. So cheers to that. And this lens, my friends, is no other than this Carl Zeiss Touit. The 32mm Carl Zeiss Touit for FujiFilm. Surprisingly, no one, well, almost no one is talking about this lens. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna tell you why this lens is amazing. This lens even outperforms and outshines the legendary 35mm lens where FujiFilm took their magic unicorn powder and sprinkled over it. But, well, this lens outshines even that. I would say that this lens goes right in between the f2 lens and the f1.4 lens of FujiFilm when it comes to performance. But when it comes to the look of the image that this lens is able to produce, it's outstanding. It's a Carl Zeiss Planar design. And some people really like it, and some people maybe doesn't like it so much, or as I would say, they don't understand the look. Anyway, the Carl Zeiss look is quite unique. I would describe this lens as a combination between optical perfection in some ways and optical flaws in some other ways. But the combination is that they just have the best of the two worlds. When it comes to the optical flaws, we kind of see like a bokeh where there's a little bit soap bubble effect. There's also like those cat eyes out in the edges. And there's a distinct character on the bokeh. It's just not soft like many other lenses. There's a character to the lens. But at the same way, when you're looking at the sharpness, for example, if you're shooting a face, it's tack sharp. The sharpness is there, but it still has a softness to it. There's details and softness combined together, and it renders skin tones so nice. It's almost like you have a diffusion filter, but without that diffusion effect. It just affects some parts of the skin in a very pleasing way. And then we have the colors of this lens combined with the magical Fuji colors. Well, I said this is a celebration. I'm probably gonna sit here and tell everyone how good this lens is, and it's highly subjective. But this lens deserved to be in the lights much more than it's have been, because it's been in the shadow. When it was released, it was quite expensive. At the same time, you could buy the FujiFilm f1.4 for less money. So a lot of people went for the cheaper, more light-sensitive lens, but they missed out on all the goodness that this lens is. A lens let me express myself and express my creativity and my creative thoughts through the lens. So sometimes I'm well aware that some lenses are not technical perfection in the sense where they are like sharp corner to corner, where the bokeh is not so creamy, and I'm well aware of that, and I make that creative choice to take that lens with imperfection and put it on the camera. And as I said, this is the perfect combination between imperfection and perfection, because some of the other options around, they are either too clinical or they might have a certain look that is pretty good, but then you also have problems with like purple fringing and stuff like that. There's nothing like that on this. My opinion of this is that you take the best of two worlds and combine it into one. It's a Carl Zeiss Planar design, and the Planar design is a legendary design. You find it on cameras like Hasselblad and the Contax G series, and it has a long history, and Carl Zeiss has a long history of creating exceptional lenses. So let's talk a little bit about the autofocus. I said before that it sits just in between the f1.4 and the f2 lens, and that goes for almost everything except from the look you get off this lens, because the look you get it's above everything else. But the performance of the autofocus it's not as sluggish as the 1.4, and it's not as fast and quiet as the f2, but it's just in between. It's pretty fast, it's pretty accurate, it's it's not good for video, it's gonna hunt a lot. So if you want to do a video with this, you kind of have to, there's a lot of workarounds and a lot of compromises if you want this look in video. Perhaps there is better options, manual lenses and stuff like that. Focus this one manually is, well, not the best experience honestly, because it's focused by wire. But well, at least there is an aperture ring. An aperture ring, however, that you probably gonna bump into every once in a while, and it's gonna not be where you left it. The build quality is superb, but the rubber grip on it, they tend to come loose a little bit. So yeah, you see it here, it comes loose quite easily. And so that's something, and then it's gonna leave a gap on it. So, but well, it is what it is. And honestly, I don't care, because the look of this lens is outshining everything else. It comes with a hood, and the hood is like almost as big as the lens. It looks ridiculous, and I never use it. I just put a filter on it and use it as it is. There might be some third market hood you could put on it, but well, it seems like the coating is pretty good, so I never felt that I need a hood. Let's talk some about the price for this lens. When it came out, it was quite expensive. It was above the FujiFilm f1.4. So most people went for the f1.4. Nowadays, you can find this on eBay and similar sites for around $300. I think I paid $300, a little bit less, because I bought it secondhand here in Sweden and paid with Swedish money. But the point is, it's quite cheap nowadays. This is a lens that I can recommend everyone to buy. This is the lens that actually lives on my camera most of the time. I bring it everywhere I go, and the only exception is if I know it's gonna be rain. If it's gonna rain, I bring the f2 version, so basically I always have two 35mm lenses in my bag. This one and the FujiFilm that is weather resistant, because this one isn't. Well, here we are. This is an odd review because we just sitting here and praising and celebrating one lens, but well, that's what we're gonna do here. We're just gonna celebrate in this lens. I think more people need to know about this little marvel. I think it's a lens that more people need to pick up. I think it's a lens that more people should pay attention to. And I think, well, I want Carl Zeiss to start doing lenses for Fujifilm again, because these lenses are truly unique. At an aperture of 1.8, it's still sharp, there's still details. It is as many lenses, maybe a little bit soft towards the edges, but even with the latest Fujifilm sensors, the X-Trans 5, this lens works great. There's a lot of details, it outperforms many other lenses, and it's an amazing lens to use. This might not be my most constructive review when we're talking about filter diameters and stuff like that. If you want to know, it's a 52mm. It's a very unconstructive review. It's literally just me sitting here praising this lens, telling you how good it is. But that's what this lens is. It is really that good. This is a Fujifilm lens I think you should pick up. If you like content that is photo related and most of the time more constructive than what this review have been. Click here to see a full playlist and click here to subscribe. I do a lot of videos regarding photo stops and things like that. Thanks for watching. I see you later.